Hey, Genki Call here with the Dragon's Defense World Event for the week of November 29th, 2021. The Nexians seem to have gotten into a fight with nearby dragons. Unfamiliar with their new enemies, they needed our help. We decided to take the fight to the dragons. Defeat dragons and towers, collecting their eggs to hold the dragons at bay. So before we go into the scoring, which is a little wonky, we are going to head into the shop and I will show you what's going on here. First of all, we are fighting towers this week, and for towers, the best thing that you can have is a siege breaker. But to get the only siege breaker you can use, you have to purchase 2 tiers in the shop. That will get you the Water Weird. Water Weird, well, let's go here first. Does damage to an enemy if they're a tower, deal 3 to 5 times this base damage based on my ascensions. The way that that works is if you get this thing and you have it at its base rarity, it will do 3 times this damage to a tower. If you get it up to legendary, it will do 4 times this damage. And if you get it up to mythic, like I've got here, that will give you 5 times the damage. Also, gain 2 mana back for each elemental star on the board. Now, if you're lower level and you can't afford to trait this guy, it's okay, because in order to do this skull damage, he has to be at the front of the team. He has no skull damage reduction, but we can work with that. I've got some ways around that that might help. If you can, I have the team that I put together. I do have them at the front of the team for the low rarity team, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Second is that if you go up to tier 4, you'll get this new weapon, Osha's Tome, which will explode 4 gems for each blue ally and each elemental ally. That is going to be times 8 because, let's see, that's 28, 32 gems it will destroy because we have to use blue allies and we have to use elementals. So that's going to be 32 gems that it will explode. Plus, it has lightning to break barriers. It summons an ice storm, as you can see here. So it's just really solid. I'm not using it for any of my teams at the moment, but wanted to tell you about it. I had to have it. This is in the Soul Forge right now. If you have to have it but you don't have the gems, you can use your diamonds on it. It's just really hard to get diamonds, so I generally recommend getting it with gems if you can. Now, I stopped at level 4 rather than buying more tiers, and I used an Orb of Ascension, just a minor Orb of Ascension to get mine up to Mythic quality so that I could get the 5 times damage. Also want to show you that we are boosting both skulls and spells for this event. So whichever route you decide to take or a combination of the two, it's all going to be boosted by your medals and badges this week. I think I'm forgetting something, but we'll go ahead and move on. The first thing that I want to show you is the next thing I want to show you is the scoring, which is bugged, by the way. That's not the only thing that's bugged this week, but I will show you this. Oopsie, why did that not save? Did I not save that? Hold on. File, save. Save. Oh, yes, I do want to replace it. So let's see. Let me take that down. Put it back up. Ah, you silly thing. Oh well, it was supposed to say on it that it's bugged, but you'll see it on the thumbnail for this video that it is bugged. So the points that you're supposed to get, each dragon egg is worth 10 points. So with the Bastion Tower, you should be getting 10 dragon eggs. However, I just did my first fight. I was trying to make a video for you, and I was so confused because I got 15 eggs. That's 150 points. So I went looking at the forum and saw that people are talking about getting wildly varying number of eggs for their fights. Even with the catapult, which is at the bottom here, they're getting weird amounts of eggs that are a lot more than they're supposed to. So I have no idea what's going on. this that you're seeing in front of you, this scoring is based off of the official news announcement that they put up on the forum. This is what it's supposed to be. This is not what's actually happening. But if they fix it, the way to remember this is, now I worked in the medical field for almost 30 years, so you're going to have to forgive me for this, but the B's and the M are worth the most. BM, bowel movement. Sorry, but it's a great way to help me remember, and hopefully it'll help you as well. Catapult and Storm are worth the least. So that's what we've got there on the scoring. Let me take that down. We'll go back here. And Catapult is worth the least, and Storm Tower worth the least, so we'll go for Crossbow. Oh, Crossbow's not in front. Oh, I thought they were all going to be in the front. Well, for this first team, this is for people who don't have the Legendaries, and this week I'm afraid is going to be really difficult for those that are low level because there aren't very many troops that do damage to all enemies. There are actually only a few, and for efficiency's sake, my particular style of play is to have at least one troop that's going to do damage to all enemies. Rowanne is fantastic for that. However, you have to boost her armor in order to have her one shot. At some point, you have to boost it, and that's why I have the Prismatic Orb. It's the only weapon I could find that boosts armor, so you cast this on Rowanne to get her armor up so that she can take out the enemies quickly. You've also got Zephyros here, who's actually quite good in this kind of event because you have such a boost. Destroy a column, that's up and down. You destroy some yellow gems. Every yellow gem you destroy is an additional 10 damage, so pretty nice. Plus, got the air link, which is nice as well. So let's take this in. I already took this in once, but then I had to go back out because I was so confused by the fact that things weren't doing what they were supposed to do. So let me go back over here. I need to grab my next team code. There we go. All right, so Water Weird is ready to go. I mean, we're low level right now, so all I have to do is cast Rowanne. There we go. But the Water Weird, you're always going to want to cast on the tower. Also, well, no, we'll get to that later. Catapult. Okay, these two are worth the least. Crossbow again. We'll use this one more time. And then we'll move on to the next team. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, Venoxia. I'm just going to do that. And use Rowanne to take them out. Now, this guy has no skull damage reduction, which makes it dangerous to put him up front. I was thinking that every battle was going to have the tower at the front because the first one did. I know that's kind of silly of me to even think that, but... Anyway, this guy is specifically for the towers. And yes, putting him up front is not the best idea. Okay, so I got 8 eggs for that. That was the crossbow tower. Let me look at my thing here. So that should have been 6 eggs, not 8. I don't mind getting extra. I think, great. But what they put on the forum was different, and that confuses me. Catapult is worth the least, so we'll go for the storm tower this time. I'm going to change teams so I can show you how this one works. All right, here's what we've got. If you have Maraji Queen, use it, pretty much, because the Maraji Queen is going to give you a 50% mana start for all elemental allies. That's your whole team, because I'm using Elementalist on every one of these teams. But here's the thing. I'm figuring on higher levels, the Water Weird is going to get killed off. If you can just get him mana and take out the tower first, then that's okay, because we've got the Arboreal Crystal in here to summon in a new elemental. And it's going to get mana for the whole team. It's fantastic. We've got King Gobtruffle in here that does damage to all of the enemies. If you don't have him yet, just do a search for either scatter damage, which, you know, there's only a few here, or do a search for all enemies. And pick one that you have. The water elemental is great. Love it. That's on my next team, actually. Anyway, I will show you how this one works. All right, and because we're using Elementalist class, hopefully the first enemy will get... Where's the tower? I can't even see it. There it is. Hopefully the first enemy will get entangled with match 4s that you create. And so that will help you keep your water weird from getting killed. But okay, that one gave me 5 for the storm tower. The storm tower is supposed to give 5, so you know that one matches at least. It's something. All right, next. Catapult, no. Storms. Mage tower, BM. There we go. I see a Valraven. I'm just going to take out the Valraven first because I'm not worried about dying in this low level. And even take those on me. Do that. I'm afraid that these are such low level, I'm not going to be able to show you how well they work because I'm not going to get high enough level during this video to really bring that home, but the level shouldn't make a difference. Let's see, last time I got 5. We'll see what we get this time. So let's go ahead. Nah, I'm going to stick with this team for another battle. Got 5, right? I think so. Okie dokie. Gobtruffle. Gobtruffle, awesome. Even though he's been nerfed. Dragon, this time I got 13. Supposed to get 5. Alright, let's try Storm again. Oh no, I have to do Bastion. So I want to come back to the Storm Tower when we can, but for the moment I have to do Bastion because it's worth the most points. Supposedly worth the most points. Alright. Ooh, ha ha ha. That extra skull damage. Awesome. Only 2 towers though. And I got 13 for that. I'm only supposed to get 10, by the way, according to the forum post. All right, so let's do Storm Tower 10 and see. Now, on the forum, they were saying everything past the level 10 base was giving variable amounts, even for the Catapult Tower. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Let them have the skulls, kill them off. Kapow! This should be 5, but we'll see. It gave me 8. It's completely screwed up. Completely. Maybe it just doesn't matter. I'm going to go by what the website said regardless because, you know, just in case. Just in case. Maybe it just doesn't matter. Maybe everything is variable. Okay, let me grab the next team code. So we're going to go for, I have 3 different teams with Mythics coming up next. All right, crossbow is worth more than storm, right? Crossbow is worth more than storm. Okay. And catapult, wait a minute. Yeah, catapult is worth the least. Okay, got it. So crossbow is correct. All right. Yeah. Wait, I don't see any towers. I'm sure that I didn't just kill a tower. What's going on? I forgot to change the team. I just realized I forgot to replace it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Catapult, storm, catapult, crossbow. All right, this time I'll change the team. All right. We don't have a summoner on this team. You could put something in here to summon with, but kind of going along with the idea that you're going to be looping so much is not really going to matter, hopefully. Whether this will work well at high level, I'm not sure. But it's a good team. Normally, I would have Arcturian here. That's a really good team. But we'll try this one. Valraven! Oh yeah. Okay. Tower. Okay. And I have alignment, not that it matters. All right. Looks like crossbow again. Let me show you the next team. The next two teams don't have water weird on it. And that is because we're using Shahbanu Vespera. And this team is going to loop so much. Conceivably, the other team will never get a chance to cast. And so it absolutely doesn't matter. Again, no towers. No towers. What is going on? Holy cow. The amount of bugs that we're encountering this week are stressing me out. Okay, things not being the way that we were told or how they were expected is what's stressing me out. But yeah, I'm stressed out for them. All right, let's see. So first things first, we want to... Now, a new scepter is probably better to put in here. Faster mana. But you don't want to use Maraji Queen with this team because you're introducing red to the mix, and that makes Shahbanu not work as well. All right, well. Yeah, this should be Anu's scepter. But I'll do that. Maybe for the early levels, the Orb of Winter is going to be better. 12 eggs. Okie dokie. And Catapult and Storm are worth the least. I don't think that the level matters because I did a level 10 and got more. I don't get it. We'll do Storm Tower. I'm going to use this again. Hopefully I'm going to be able to show you. I should have taken the higher level one. Whoops. Show you how this team works in case there are any of you watching that haven't ever seen this team in action before. It's pretty amazing. Let's see. It's just not giving me the mana I need. There we go. Yes. Reflect. Boy, that reflected some damage. Huh, so weird. All right. Yeah, we'll do one more with this team, then we'll switch to the next one. All right. Yeah, I'm thinking Anu's Scepter's probably going to be better for this team. But for early on, I think this is going to work pretty well. We actually have a tower on this battle, I see. Don't need any of these colors. That'll work. Oh, so close. That's fine, we'll do that. Now for this team, crossbow is worth the... No, catapult is worth the least. I can't remember. Crossbow is worth more than storm. Okay. So the winter imp, when you're casting with Shahbanu, every time you cast, you're getting a ton of blue matches. And so that is going to boost his magic by 8 every single time you match blue. He's just so powerful with Shahbanu Vespera, and you just cast and cast and cast, and then you have so much damage going on. And Justice is a new addition to this team, but the ones I usually use aren't here. If you have a second Winter Imp, use that. But this is going to create a mix of blue and a chosen type, so blue and purple or yellow. Look, I don't even have it. I don't even have it traded. That's all right. All right, let's do this one more time, and then we'll switch to the next team, which is very Mythic heavy. By the way, in the shop, I don't remember if I mentioned or not, you can pull a Mythic from the shop for this event. You can pull any elemental that uses blue mana, so Shahbanu Vespera or Sycorax or Mistralus, any of those. It's possible. It's really rare. It does not happen very often, but it can happen. I'm just going to cast on him up to 86 true damage. I'm just going to keep casting so you can see how this works. And now I'm casting on the hero to make sure that it works well as a tank and maybe get some extra mana, but she casts her spell 3 times. So on random. So you pick the first one she casts on, and then she'll cast on the same one 2 more times. She can pick 2 different ones, or she can pick herself. But now we're up to 115 true scatter damage. I'll do this again, and now we're up to 123. It's just crazy. 131 true scatter damage is just amazing. So, I may just forget about the water weird on the higher levels and go with this team because it loops beautifully. I do recommend switching to Anu's Scepter later on, however. All right, Blastara is supposed to be one worth the most. One of the 2 that are worth the most. So the next team is another one that loops and loops and loops. We do have the Jar of Ice here as a mana generator, and it also summons. It explodes brown gems, which is fine because we have 2 troops that use brown, and it summons an ice storm. So if you don't want to use the Jar of Ice, you can throw the new weapon in here, that new tome. Anyway, Sycorax is going to double a chosen color gem on the board. I recommend blue if you can, and if you can't, do either green or brown so that you keep filling him up and you keep looping, looping, looping. I'll show you in action, and then you cast with Mistralus, who gets an extra turn. The Maraji Queen is here for half mana start. It's just another really powerful one that doesn't have the Siege Breaker on it. And this is way too level to show you how this works. That's okay, but I can show you. You click on him, you see the amounts here. Brown is the one that has the most. That's the most chance of looping. But it's so low that I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to cast with Mistralus. And that's it. Wow. How did I take out all 4? Cool. Let's see. Mage Tower BM. Mage. Perfect. We'll do this one again. I know this is a really long video. There's so much to go over. And, I can blow things up. I love blowing up the board. Kapow! I'll do this. And go ahead and take them out with skulls. Anyway, hopefully you have gotten a good idea of how these teams work. Let me do that one more time because I want to show you that when you have Sycorax, if you cast on green and everyone already has full mana, like green is brown is the one it has the most of, but if you cast on green and you've got some skulls, you have the Maraji Queen to convert all that green to Doom Skulls, so that could be fun. Oh, I love it. I'm going to take brown, actually, to keep. That helps both Mistralus and himself. Extra turn, and then again with the brown. Sometimes this will clear the whole board of brown, but right now you're boosting both Sycorax and Mistralus, so boy, these are both good teams. really solid teams, and I just don't know what I'm going to use later on. But that brings me to the end of the video. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I still have 2 videos to do, so I'll be back with you soon. Please like and subscribe, and see you in a bit. Bye bye.